All right. All right, so we're going to start exploring how do we develop, recolor our work as we're developing our designs. After we get through developing our designs, and even as we're going, we might want to explore different color combinations for our work. And when we get to the final stages of this design, we are going to want to we're going to want to start with kind of exploring lots of color palettes like we've been talking about, and building a color group. So you can see I have my original color group here. Oh, this guy's not a global. You want to make sure they're all global when you're making your color group. So I have my original one here. I have a new one that I need to build. And I'm going to go ahead and show you, I don't think we talked about this last time, which is going on to Adobe Color and how we can bring in color palettes. I think you all are familiar now. Let's just pull up Adobe Color real quick. Oh, what's new? Let's just take a peek. There's something new. New eyedropper tool. You can pick a color from anywhere on the screen for your theme, available on select browsers. New search for gradients in the Explore page with the new gradient filter. Ooh, that's interesting. Now supports publishing gradients and accessible themes to Adobe Color community. Themes can now be shared via Twitter. All right, good to know. How do I get out of this? What is it doing? I want to close it. Okay, what did I do? I did something. There we go. All right. I gotta shorten this. It's not fitting all on my screen. There we go. Okay, so I want to pick some color themes. So, of course, you can extract a theme by bringing a photo in. Now you can extract a gradient. That's interesting. With the color wheel, we have trends. We can look at what are the trends. Kind of choose a trend we're interested in, right? We can explore. Come on. Oh my God, I think I actually hit the Pinterest thing. That is not what I meant to do. Explore, there we go. So you can kind of explore different color themes. So, and as you can see, at any one of these, I can say add to library, I can download it. So if any of you, I don't know who wrote that they were having a problem connecting Adobe Color to their Adobe Illustrator. If you're having that issue, I would download your color palette as a JPEG, and then you can pull the colors from there. It's an extra step, I realize, but it's a workaround if you are having an issue. Otherwise, just go ahead and add it to your library. Asset submission, that is not what I want. That's not the library I want. I gotta put my library, put the right library in. Create new library. Digital illustration, create. Okay, there, now I have my correct library up. Let's go back. All right, let's add it. Oh man, sorry, let's add a different one. Which one do we like? Oh, I kind of like this one. Add to library. Why is it going into NASA submission? What in the world? This is annoying. Anyway. Well, so I have my colors. So I want to pull these colors into swatches. And so I'm just going to right click and add theme to swatches. I'm going to go down here, right click and add theme to swatches. So I should go up here to my swatch library, and now you can see I have 2 more color groups. So, but notice that they're not global. So I'm going to go in and double click on each of them and turn them global. And I don't know, let me just see in the folder. Can I make the whole folder global? I don't remember if I can do that. I don't think I can. Okay, so let's just quickly make each one global real quick. Okay, so if you guys take a minute, if you make sure you have a few different color palettes, which I'm sure you do, but make sure you do, and then make them all global like I'm doing. Global, okay. Global, okay. Takes just a second. Okay. And now this, I'm going to delete these extra little things I don't need so they're not in my way when I get into this recolor business. So anything that I'm not using, I'm just going to delete because it can just kind of get in the way. I was doing some testing. Okay, so here's I have 3 color palettes I'm going to work with. Okay, so now what I just saw, it was a kind of a thing. I can double click on a folder of any of my color groups, and I can see that generative recolor is also built right into this interface. So first of all, let's go ahead and select a design. You know, I'm going to give this a background color so it just has some more colors to work with. Give me 1 second. I was thinking. Okay, that's not hurting your eyes too bad, hopefully. It's super obnoxious. I think I should kind of pull that down a little bit, a little hurtful. Oh, that's not making it much better. Bring it into green. Maybe yellow. There we go. I think yellow. Okay. All right. So here is my my design. I'm going to select it all, and you can reach the recolor. Let me get into window. Here's my color window. Here it is. It's showing recolor. And I click on my color swatches, I get into my recolor artwork. So I'm clicking right on the swatches. Oh, there it is. It's down here. I'm like, where is the actual little circle? It's down here at the bottom of the swatches, this little circle down here. Or you can double click on any of your color groups. So I just picked a color group, and I actually am going to grab another color group. There we go. So I actually just click that color group and I select everything, and it automatically changed to this new color group. So I'm using edit assign. So let's kind of talk about it. So you've grouped your color swatches in your menu. You have different color groups. Make sure all your colors are global, which we just did. The recolor artwork gives you color reduction options. Colorized method has a scale and tints, and assign mode lets you recycle to see different versions. So for example, I'm in the assign mode. I can rearrange these by hitting this kind of rearrange button down at the bottom. And it's reassigning different, it's kind of going through the different variations of color. I can say which, and it's going through these different versions of contrast, triad, complementary. It's kind of going through harmony rules, right? I can go back to my original by hitting reset. I can choose another colorway here and look at it, just exploring different versions here. So you guys are pretty familiar with you know, all the different ways we can go through to see assign mode. Let's just see variation. Let's go into edit mode just to understand the difference there. Edit mode gives you the color wheel so you can create new colors, right? So you can actually just use these on a slider and create new colors and see where that takes you. So that can be, and creating a new color palettes, new color groups. You can go back to assign. You can assign colors. If I'm back on assign, I can actually move colors like where I want them to go. Like I can say, I want to have, you know, scale the tints. I want to move what's blue. Hue forward, back, light forward. You can choose the specific colors, so you know what colors you're changing to green. Adjusting the green here to different hues is possible, and to choose specific colors in the color palette just to rearrange them. Okay, so now let's go ahead and try the generative. This is something we're going to do together now that we have a big understanding. Okay, what just happened? I think Illustrator just quit for me. Did that happen to any of you? Did Illustrator quit when you hit generative AI? Or is it just me? Anyone? Anyone? Jessica, yours crashed, but you weren't using AI. Did anyone else hit the AI button and have it crash, or is it just me? Yours is working. Okay, good. Didn't crash, but my Illustrator did freeze for a second. Okay, all right. But it might be, it's beta. It might be a little glitchy. I'm going to get back up and running here and we'll try it again. Okay, here we go. And that is to be aware of, that it is beta, and so it definitely might be glitchy. All right. Generative recolor. Damn, it crashed again. I'm going to report it so they know. Send that. Is it working for anybody's? Jason, is yours working? David, would either of you mind sharing your screen? I'm going to stop sharing because I'm having obviously a problem with mine. Am I on the latest update? Let me see. That's a good question. Let me check my Creative Cloud. Yep, my Creative Cloud, my Illustrator is up to date. Yep. The only one I have to update is my Photoshop. I haven't used Photoshop for a while. That's probably why. You might want to try the beta version of AI. Adobe Illustrator, beta version. Let me check and see. Are you on the beta version? Is anyone else, are you guys on the beta version of Illustrator, or are you on?
I've been using both, but I noticed some features just work better in the beta version.
What is the beta version's number? Or does it say beta? Because I don't see I have that option in Adobe Cloud.
If you go into Cloud, on the side where it's categories, you see beta apps.
Okay, hold on, let me get on there. Categories. Oh yeah, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have both? How do you have both of them, Amber? How do you get both of them? Doesn't one replace the other, or do they just both come up for you?
So they'll both be in your Creative Cloud. It's just when you open a file, like if I know I want to use the beta one, then I'll open beta first and then just open the file. Because if you don't, I'm pretty sure it will default to the standard version.
Okay. You are so cutting edge, Amber. I love it. Who would like to share their screen? Because obviously I'm going to download the beta version right now because it's crashing for me. Would be willing to share their screen so we can take a look at it. I'm going to stop our